Next generation science standard that our ecosystem lesson covers is develop and use models to compare how living things depend on their surroundings to meet their needs in the places they live. Our complex question is, how do the different components of an ecosystem affect each other?
The material we're going to use is soil, grass seeds, jars with lids, water, and plant seeds.
Inquiry is, how will extreme temperature affect the ecosystem? And my claim is, extreme heat will cause the plant to die and cause the ecosystem to suffer. Extreme cold will not allow the plants to grow, thus causing the ecosystem harm.
Okay, my inquiry question was, how will the amount of sunlight affect the ecosystem? And my claim is that the ecosystem needs just enough sunlight. Too much sunlight or too little will not allow the ecosystem to photosynthesize correctly.
My inquiry is, how will the amount of water affect the ecosystem? And my claim is, not enough water will cause the plants harm and disrupt animals eating. Too much water will cause flooding, which will disrupt animal activity and kill the plants. Place an inch or two of potting soil in the bottom of your jar. Plant seeds in the soil. Plant 4 to 6 seeds 1 inch deep, close to the side of the jar. Sprinkle 2 pinches of grass seed on top of the soil. Then lightly cover them with the dirt. Sprinkle water onto the soil until it is damp all the way to the bottom, but not soaking wet.
To investigate my inquiry of how will extreme temperature affect the ecosystems, after I created my ecosystems, I decided that I would put one outside in the middle of winter and see how it affected it, and one outside in the middle of summer to see how it affected it. And through research, I found out that each ecosystem requires its own temperature regulations, and too much or not enough heat would cause a negative reaction to the food web, thus destroying the ecosystem.
After creating our ecosystems, to investigate my inquiry question of how will the amount of sunlight affect the ecosystems, I would put one next to a window and then investigate that over time, and then I would put one in a dark place like a cabinet or something, and then investigate over time, see which one grew better. And then I did some research, and the evidence I found was the ecosystem needs sunlight for the plants to grow and to provide energy to warm the Earth's atmosphere. Not enough sunlight would stop plant growth, which in turn would not produce the energy needed to warm this Earth's atmosphere, and too much would kill the plants and dry them out.
After creating my ecosystems, to investigate my claim or my inquiry of how will the amount of water affect the ecosystem, I would leave my ecosystems near a window, the same amount of sunlight, same temperature, but constantly water one and not water the other, and see how it affects it. And through some research, I have come to find out that not enough or too much water will kill the plant growth and disrupt the animal food chain.